talk about, damn, this camera, I may get another mount. This camera's bouncing bad. I see the left is freaking out over Trump's pick for the Supreme Court. They were freaking out before he even made a pick. It's like, oh, he's a racist. He ain't even made a pick yet. Alright, that's beside the point. It just shows their ignorance and stupidity. But one of the things I see a lot of them really, well, hell, I mean, I know you've probably seen it. I mean, they're crying and whining over abortion rights. And they're afraid that the Supreme Court will overturn Roe versus Wade. They don't get how our system works. The Supreme Court don't just cherry pick laws and make a decision on them. It has to be brought to the Supreme Court. So until, no matter who Trump picks, until there's a court case that has brought all the way to the Supreme Court over abortion, Roe versus Wade will not be challenged. Okay? I think there's a lot of people on the conservative side, and, you know, I don't want to get too political, but as far as Roe versus Wade, the main thing I don't want is my tax dollars paying for abortions. Eliminate that. Quit doing that. I think many of us will kind of let that dog lay. All right? But don't use my tax dollars for it. You know, whether I'm for it or against it doesn't matter. I don't think the American taxpayers should have to pay for abortions. All right? Eliminate that. I think you ought to appease a lot of people. But far as the left freaking the fuck out over Trump's pick for the Supreme Court, what are you even talking about, Roe versus Wade? Of course, these people don't understand how our justice system or even how our government works, period. But it doesn't matter how conservative the guy is. The Supreme Court don't just pick a damn law and decide, hey, let's make a judgment on this law and decide whether it's constitutional or not. That's not how it freaking works, people. A court case has to be brought to them. And it's a court case that was more than likely lost in a lower court and brought through other courts and finally ended up in the Supreme Court. So until that happens, they're not going to make any opinion on Roe versus Wade ever until it's brought before them. So this ridiculous, hysterical horse shit going on by the left is just a it's horse shit. That's all it is. It's horse shit. But unfortunately, they don't even understand it. They don't get it. They don't get that nobody's coming after your rights, period. And judges only are supposed to make their decisions based on the constitutional merits of whatever case it is. It shouldn't be political. It shouldn't be identity politics. Flat out Constitution. And from what little I understand with this guy that he picked, he's a pretty standard, straight up constitutional judge. So what's wrong with that? That's the only thing, that's the only job the Supreme Court has, is to judge whether laws are constitutional or not. That's it. Not if your fucking feelings are hurt, not if you think you need special privileges. Their only job is to make a judgment whether a law is constitutional or not. That is it. Period. End of discussion. Alright, later YouTube. Have a Coke and a smile. And fuck off, libtards.